Hello people, welcome back to Ubuntu series videos. In the last video we had a look at the file manager of Ubuntu. Now we'll see if anything remaining to talk. Okay, file manager we had. Okay, this has got something. We did not had a look at the settings of the file manager. Okay, we have new window. We can open a new window of the file manager. We can have a new tab. Okay, it's good. We have now two tabs, one for desktop, one for document, one for download, one for home. New tab. This is like online browser tab, so this may be useful, I guess, in some situations. I can't remember. New folder, new document, connect to server. This has maybe something has to do with connecting to a remote folder or location. Then we have properties as usual. Properties, we can right click in the empty area and see properties about the folder. So type folder 11 items totaling free space. So here we can see how much free space, hard drive space we have for this home folder. For the hard drive permission, about the permission itself is big topic, I guess. For example, we will go through a little bit, not much. Okay, for example, we are gonna create a new text file using a default text editor or notepad of Ubuntu. We're gonna open where is it? Text editor. It's a simple, you can think of a notepad or text editor. Type hello world. I'm gonna save it. And we're gonna save it in the home folder. I'm gonna give it a name, test, and save, and we close. Now we have this text file. Double click. Yes, it is. Now what is permission? Permission is how you access your file or folders. We can change the permission of a file or a folder by going to the graphically, because you can do all these things from command line as well, but we're not gonna talk about command line. Permission, we go properties, we go permissions here, because in the permission tab you will find many things. For example, owner. Because on Linux or Ubuntu in general, you have three groups of, you have a user of the file, which is the owner, and also you have some users grouped together in different groups, and you have other users, which is simply others. So you can give access differently to different group of users. For example, owner is the myself. I can access is read and write. Now I can read the file as well as write into this file. If I change it to read only, now see what happens. Now as you can see, here is the now lock icon appear inside the icon. That means I cannot change the file anyway anymore. If I open the file with a notepad and the save button is grayed out now, if I try to save, I cannot save. Basically I cannot save because it's read only. Close without saving. Change it to read and write. Now I can change the file as I like, but I'm not gonna save it. Now you have different groups of users. For example, these are all system groups. If you want, you can give access to the groups, but I don't want none. That means it cannot be even opened by the group user, different users from different groups. For example, for other users, I just set it to none. Okay. For myself, I can read only. Okay, I cannot select none. This problem. So that's it. Okay, maybe one other thing to discuss, since we are exploring about the permission thing. This file is just a simple data file. What I mean by data file, it's just a data file we can open with a, if it's a text file, we open with the text editor. If it's a music file, we open the file with a media player. So if it's an application file, for example executable files, then for executable files we have this execute flag, or we can check the, if we uncheck the execute flag, we cannot execute the file or run the file or program. To give you an example, okay, let's download something from the internet. So we are going to download an application. What happened to this Firefox? And let's see what we can do about it. This Firefox is messed up. Wait. So what I can download? If I Google, I'm gonna download. Okay, I'm gonna download a game, Mania Rife. This is free game, which is available for Linux or Ubuntu. So we are gonna download that game. Let's see, download. Linux binaries. Okay. Just to demonstrate about the one thing about permission, I'm gonna save this in downloads folder. So if I go downloads, now I have many other. This is the package of the game itself. I have to extract the package into a folder. Mania drive static. Oh, something wrong. So basically that's the game. So this is an application or executable file. If we go properties and see the permission, allow executing the file as program. So this is, since this is an application, we need to have this for executing purposes. If we uncheck, cannot execute the file anymore. and we have to open the file with some other programs, for example Notepad. Because it's an executable file, binary file, we need to set executable flag to be able to run the application like this. This is useful if you download something like application and by default it will not have executable flag. Then you have to go here, come back here and check the execute, because if you are downloading something from internet, by default it will come as this unchecked for security purposes, so that cannot run itself by some means. I don't know how, but you get the point. So I'm gonna download these two files. Empty rubbish bin. Go back to the longest 11 minute. I'm gonna delete this permission. Okay, we talked about permission. One more thing may be useful. In the Open With tab, you can select which application will be used for opening this text file or this type of file, plain text document. Now is selected as gedit, for example, Open with gedit. But you can select other application as default for opening. For example, LibreOffice Writer, which is kind of like Microsoft Word. I've selected set as default. Now it's using LibreOffice for opening the same file. This will be useful if you have multiple media players for example, opening your same media files. You can set the default one from here. Set as default. These are the applications. You can reset back to the system default. One thing, you can change the way icon looks like from here. Select, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Back to the rush. Empty rubbish bin. Okay, one cool thing to discuss about the Ubuntu file manager. Very important, because if you have like some files are text file, for example, I have this extract. These are text file, but if you go properties, permission, these text file are scripts, so they can be executed by it, because what I mean, they are shell scripts. They have some commands. This text file has a series of commands which can be executed. So basically, if I double click this, now currently it's asking what to do with this type of file, because it's an executable file. Display the file using an application like this, or execute the file like an application run. Then it's executing the file. So run in terminal, which is like execute the file inside a terminal. This will be useful if you are trying to run something, because if you don't have, for example, the behavior of this could be changed from the settings, like how the file manager determines what to do with the text file which has executable permission. Now we're gonna look at some of the settings. Most useful one is this one, like I said, how to execute a text file, what to do with a text file. If we go preferences, we say view, icon view, arrange by name, icon zoom level, short folders, viewer files, show hidden or backup files, like we saw. We can set it to single click to open items, for example, single click. Nice, cool. Now it's just one single click. Or double click to open file, executable text file. Ask each time, view the executable text file. Now we are trying to double click, it will be viewed in a file manager. Run the executable text file, then it will run the text file directly. But ask each time gives us the option what to do with this text file, because run, display, or run in terminal. Go to the permission. If you uncheck executing, then it will be just opened, because it's not an executable file. It's only for executable text file. So that's it. All other things, I guess, it's not important. So this is useful, like the default is view the executable text file. So when you download something which has a script like this, it will be opened in a text editor. But what you actually want is to execute the text file after checking the execute flag in the properties. You don't want it to be viewed in a text editor. So in this case, you have to go edit preference and select it to ask each time. Then you can decide what to do: run, display, run, close. So that is very important for new users, because on Windows or Mac, I think if you download or something application, by default they will have executable flag check. Flag is already checked for the user, so you never have to do it by yourself. But on Linux you have to check it for security purposes. And also if you want to run the application, you have to, through this file manager, you have to have this. So I guess we talked about file manager in this video. In the next videos we gonna look at other applications. Thank you.